Okay, I am back, and I decided I might as well make one of these for one of these today. So we're going to choose sled. Well, sled's the first one. Number 33 is sled. So I have this little boy on a sled, and I got this from TaylorMadeJournals. So I'll try to remember to link her shop in the description box below. But she's got great German scrap, Christmas German scrap. So, which is what those are called. If you don't know, these old vintage images that are kind of from the Victorian area, well, not kind of, they are. They're called scrap. So anyhow, so I have a scrap of sewing tissue here, and you can see it's very wrinkly because it was just shoved into my box of sewing tissue. So it's not very lovely, but we're just going to fold it into fourths essentially, and I am just going to put a little bit of glue to kind of maybe help you know, get rid of a few of the wrinkles. And now I'm not putting a lot, I'm not putting it thick. You don't want to tear your tissue, obviously, and you don't have to do this at all. You can just fold it and sew it. You don't have to do the glue. I'm just doing it because, like I said, I would like to maybe get rid of a few wrinkles if possible. I mean, I don't mind some wrinkles because that sort of adds to it, but I just don't want it to be all real wrinkly like it is. So how you guys doing? I'm doing good. Just trucking along here. Having a good day. I went and I got a shingles vaccination. You know your old win, right? Anyways. And then I decided, since I was at the pharmacy, I would just get some Halloween candy, since we got like, what, a week or whatever away, and put it up in the cupboard. Oh my dear gosh, what is going on with the Halloween candy? Like $20 for 2 little bags of chocolate that are like the most minuscule little Reese's peanut butter cups, Hershey's bars. I mean, we're talking like eensy deensy little pieces of chocolate. 20 bucks. I was just like, wow, pretty soon it's going to be like, sorry kids, can't afford to buy the candy for Halloween. It's going to be, we're going to give that out and turn out the lights. I mean, it's crazy. I used to always try to buy a lot. So that, because, you know, I like to give them a handful or whatever. But, oh my word. That's probably not happening this year. It's going to be like, here's your one little piece of chocolate. Happy Halloween. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, so you can see that, you know, ironed out pretty good. Good enough for me, anyway. If you like it more than that, you can probably do something like this and then put it under a book. And then what you do, as I showed you with this, is you just stitch around the whole outside of however big you want this one. I'm going to do this one a tiny bit bigger since I have it, and why not? I don't need it a lot bigger though, because he would fit nicely on one that size. I don't want to do it too big. So, but anyhow, I will go sew this and then come back. And I just use I have a Singer heavy duty. I only have 2 stitches on my sewing machine. I can do a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch, and that's it. So I just like this one, just a zigzag all the way around. And that just helps hold all your layers together. If you don't sew and you don't want to sew, then what I would suggest is to just get in like these edges real good with glue. Like, just do a better job gluing than what I did. You want to go edge to edge, then trim it, because you can see I trimmed it with some pinking shears after I stitched it. And you don't have to stitch it at all if you glue all the layers and everything. So anyhow, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So you can see I've just stitched basically a square. I didn't do all this part over here because it's a weird angle and So then I'm just going to cut sort of close to that stitching. And I won't cut straight, and I didn't sew straight. And that's what gives it its charm. So let's see. We could probably use that other little piece for a tag. That would be a cute tag, huh? Gail Augustinelli, I've seen her do some different sort of little books and things with sewing tissue, so this really isn't like my idea or anything. I might be doing it a little bit different, but this is not my idea. I may have come up with the ruffle as an idea, but probably not. I mean, I didn't see it anywhere, but it doesn't mean it's a unique idea, because it seems like we've all done some variation of something, right? But anyhow, they're just fun, and it's just such a cool texture, and it's got a little bit of that crinkliness that we like. I might trim that just a little bit more. I'll probably mess it up. So yeah, just they're just fun. So I would say this makes a great inside. However, yeah, I mean, I don't think you can write on this. I've never tried, and I guess I could try, but I'm afraid you'd rip it with a pen or a pencil or whatever. So this is going to be my outside, the more plain, and then this will be the inside, and we will probably end up putting some kind of paper in here to write on, kind of like I put the tea-dyed paper there. So that is that. I kind of probably made this too big for this little guy, but we'll see what we can come up with. Get out of the way. I could put something else on there with it. This says a Merry Christmas, but that feels like overkill. How many sleds do we need? I do like the idea of more writing space. That's fun. Could put like the wreath on there. Up here would be cute. I don't know if the Christmas is real long. Yeah, it wouldn't really fit on there very well. So I think I'll use the wreath. I think that will be fun. And we'll put something on the back. Oh, I know. I just, like, it just came to my brain. I kind of painted some extra, what do you call this stuff? Oh my gosh, you guys, gesso is the word you're looking for, Amy, on there. From when I did the gesso on the other bit. And I'm thinking I could probably put a piece of this on here as the snow, you know. As long as there's no words. That's the only thing sometimes. I mean, dictionaries are pretty safe because, you know, it's not. But some words you're like, don't really want that on my. Not that there's anything wrong with the word, just don't want it on my thing. I think these are all good. We're going to kind of tear part of them off there. Just okay. So we can use this as a part or piece. I think I'll use this end because it's a little more, I could add a little more gesso to it too. But that would be fun, a fun little bit. And we could add a little bit, we'll come back to this. Add a little bit of snowflakes. And this is just scrapbook paper. What did I do with that one? It's just this Christmas Basics. And I got that at Hobby Lobby. I can't remember which way to tear it. I always have to do a little trial. You can, of course, get your scrapbook paper wherever you like to shop. I just always have somebody ask, so I make sure and say something. And then our wreath, I think. Okay, so let's get some ink on here. It's a beautiful fall day here, my favorite kind. Sunshiny and beautiful. A little bit cool, but that's fine. I don't mind that at all. I just stuck my finger right in the ink. I'm doing good today. May have been better served staying in bed. Not that I ever do that. I can't. I would lay there and think about all the things I need to get done, even if I ever had the option of doing that. I always envy those who can take a nap or do all those things. I just have never been able to do that. My brain, I mean, I can barely get my brain to shut up at night when I actually, you know, do sleep. So the chances, I think I'm just going to tear a little bit more. I know I already inked it and everything, but the chances of me getting my brain to shut up long enough to take a nap is like, oh. And I'd probably just feel guilty anyway for napping. Got some issues, yes. Put our wreath on there. I ordered a sticker book with all kinds of Christmas stickers. I'm very excited. I can't wait to get it. I got it on Amazon. Don't know if it will be useful or not, but I'm excited. I don't love the way there was that other sticker in the center of that, and I don't like the way that looks. Didn't even think about it until I... Oh, does it come out? It does come out. Never mind. Lied. Sorry. Put a little ink on there. Which are better? I was like, they didn't think that one through very well. I should have known. These are Tim Holtz ones. They're pretty good at all that kind of thing. They actually seem to think about. The only gripe I have is the people with half their faces done. That's really the only gripe I have. I mean, and you know, some of that I get because when you have machines cutting stuff out, like I use the Glowforge, but that's why some things I don't sell. Like I don't put in your guys' packages because like it cut off the bat's wings or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It just bothers me when I get those. Because it's not like they're real cheap or something where you're like, oh, well, I'll just go buy another package. Some packages, there's none of them like that. Other ones, there's a bunch, and it's like quality control, people. At least that's the way I feel about it. Love Tim Holtz stuff, though. It's great. Great, great stuff. I don't know why there'd be a wreath, you know, just hanging out there where the kids are sledding, but what are you going to do? It's just a representation. Of days gone by, right? I do love German scrap. It's like one of my most favorite things, like old vintage Victorian Valentines, that whole time period for neat little paper items. It was a good time. And then on this one, we're going to put joyful in the wreath because he looks like he's pretty joyful, don't you think? And then we'll have some writing space on the inside, and it can just tuck into a pocket. You could turn it into a flip. Lots of good stuff for that. And it has a neat feeling, and it's super thin because it's just that tissue. Oh my gosh, trying to get the pin in there. You probably could even write on there too. But I'm just going to worry about maybe covering these parts with a little bit of paper. I'm going to use my tea dyed again. I'm going to tear it a little bit smaller just so. Put this away. That's okay. It's small, but. And as you can see, I am not ripping straight because one, I probably couldn't if I tried. And two, it's just not a big, like it can be a little wonky. It's okay. If you like it totally straight, then obviously like maybe get your cutter out or ruler or whatever, but I kind of like that janky thing. Just kind of put it on there a little crookedy, and then we'll do one for the other side. You may be able to write on there, but I just have a feeling it would get ripped if you're like I am, and put a little pressure on your pen or pencil. You could also put pockets or fold up the bottom. That's what I could have done too, is folded up the bottom and had a pocket. So lots of fun little things that you can do with these, I feel like. Sometimes. You could put a little snowflake on the inside. You could put glitter on it somewhere if you wanted. Lots of things. E. Oh, maybe we'll put one of our little trees. That's what we'll put. I was going to put one on the outside and I forgot. Let me grab one. Or 10, depending on, you know. But I think they would look cute on there. Just as a little decoration. Hi. Yeah, I tried to draw out 3 different ones, but I probably tend to, when I get doing these projects, have them look similar. But I did try to do, you know, the tall skinny, which is what this one is. Something in between, and then the big bushy trees. That's what we had when we were kids growing up. Pinyon pines. So like that. See, it's cute. And I think you definitely could, maybe we'll just put another piece back there, because then you could write on that as well. If you don't glue it down. You could definitely glue it down though too, on a journal. So, I mean, there's a lot of options. You could add a pocket to the back. I think I'll put it up a little higher, and I'll use that little postcard with the sled on it. 2. As a little tuck spot. Glue blob. Now I need to back this so that it'll have a little body. What's that? Nope. For gluing. What does it look like? Scrap. Just so that, you know, it doesn't get torn because it's just copy paper. My fingers are sticking to everything. Oh my gosh. We're just going to have it as a little tuck down here. And I'll probably just glue 2 sides and just have it as a kind of, do I want it that side? Maybe that side. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Is that crooked? I said, is that crooked? If you were wondering, since I had a pin in my mouth, I'm sure you had no idea what I said. I gotta go grab my cutter. Pasha, you should relax. He just all sprawled out in the sunbeam. He found the sunbeam for the day here in the craft room. I think I'm just gonna go with 2 inches. Oh, it needs to be shorter than that. Oh, Lordy. About there. And then we're going to cut the top with our handy dandy little tag. Doo-wah. This is a Stampin' Up! One. Don't know if you can still get it, but it's a good one. Is that going to be too tall? No. Now you have 2 spots to write. See, so you could do that on the inside as well if you wanted. Check it out. That's cool. I like it. You could make up a slew of those, just this part, and then decorate them when you need them. Yep. Okay, so for paint, we're going to use watercolor. I'm sure you're all shocked. I had a longer one. What'd I do? Buried it under a million pieces of paper. Okay, there we go. Did I say hugs and blessings? I can't remember, because here's the problem. I do the first part of the video. I need to get a system, is what I need to do. Sorry, I had to take off my jacket. And then I find stuff, and then it's usually the next day before I get to the actual video. So I'll just say it again. Hugs and blessings to Denise, Linda S., and Tracy. Thank you, guys. Sorry, that is one squeaky lid, and I opened it like 10 times. Okay, so I'm just using my same watercolor that I always use. I like to spray them first. You don't have to. You can just get your brush wet and do it that way. They just seem to work a lot better if you activate them first by getting them wet. So, you do you, boo. Okay, so I just have this piece, and I'm going to turn it into a tag. I don't know what size it is, because it's like just a scrap that I had, and I have no ruler over here. Oh, there's one. So this particular piece is 7 by 3.5, but it may get cut down too, so doesn't matter. Just grab a scrap. Any old scrap. Okay, I think I'll start with a little sort of like pot on the bottom. Trying to decide what color I want to make it, I think. I'll just go with that. And we're going for real loose here. We're not going for super structured. Because we're going to come back with our pen, like we always do, like I always do. Put a little sort of bottom down here. However, just however you want to do it. And then we're going loose with the rest of it as well. Just mixing up a couple of colors. Start with a kind of lighter green, lightish green. Trying to get a cross between sort of an olive and a lime. I don't want it like so limey that it looks weird. And then on the bottom, you're just going to want to go real, you know, wider, and then you go narrower as you come up to the top. And I'm using 8 round. But depending on the size of your card, you can alter that. And I saw a little tree like this on Pinterest, so this isn't like anything that I don't know how exactly they did it, because you know that you just see the picture, but okay. And then you're going to choose darker to go kind of over the top of that. I'm mixing it into the light that I already did to sort of keep our colorways similar. See what I mean? But darken it up. Take a little bit. I need some water. And then I'm basically just going to kind of come in again, just to give some variation in your color, because you don't want it to all look the same. And come out a little, do some little bits. And clearly not being very precise. Okay, now I'm going to let this dry. We are going to add some red too, but I want this dry, so I'll be right back. Okay, we're dry, and I have a stencil because I want this little star right here. I do not try to draw stars. That is one of those things that I absolutely 100% can't draw. I always end up drawing it all wonky and not in a good way. So I don't draw stars. I've learned my lesson with that. Maybe we'll go 5.05, an 05 micron. That's what I'm going with here. But if you can draw a star, you just have at it. I just cannot. It is not one of my things. And I've tried. I've tried all the tricks. I've tried all the things. It is not my forte. And then I'll come back and do, fill it in with some yellow and stuff like that. So basically what we're going to do is kind of do the real loose thing like we always do with like branches. Some of them can be actually hanging out. But you can just do them real loose. They don't have to, like, you don't necessarily want all the lines to connect. And obviously on most Christmas trees, we don't see a whole lot of the branches, right? So this is just like a very, I don't want to say necessarily abstract, but I guess, yeah, kind of abstract take on the whole Christmas tree thing. Not super realistic. How's that? Okay. And then I'm going to kind of go around the outside. You don't have to do that. They did not do that on the one that I saw on Pinterest, but I like that look. You know, my little scribbly thing that I do. So I want to do that. But you can just stop there and be done if you like it like that. Okay, and then I am going to just do, actually, I don't know how. I think I'm going to do the red with my Posca marker because I just think that'll be better. It'll turn out better. Okay, now Posca, because I'm afraid if I try to put any red dots on the tree with watercolor, they're not going to show. It's going to look yucky because it'll just, you'll be able to see through it and all that. I just want this pen to work. It's working. So I'm just going to kind of, wherever, do a little red ball for ornaments. And you can do them big, small, whatever you want to do. It's all about the whimsy here. Kind of want it here, I think. You guys ready at all for the holidays to come? I really am not. It just is so crazy. I mean, I want them to come because, like, my son will be here and all that. That part I want. Okay, I think that's good. And then we're going to do our star with some yellow. And my snorty little cat. Actually, he's kind of snoring. Okay, just like that. And it's not all filled in. I didn't fill in the star 100%. But wouldn't that be a cute little tag for the Sweet Christmas Wishes? I think that would be a really cute tag for that journal. So I think that's where that'll probably go. I know I just filled in some more after saying I'm not even going to fill it in. So there is my paint, and I'm going to clip those. And I might go around the edge with something. I don't know yet. I like the simplicity of it, if you see what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to add a whole bunch to it or anything, but I think I might just kind of very carefully go around the edges with a little bit of ink, because I can't help myself. And I'll sign it when it's dry all the way everywhere, because knowing my luck, I'll drag my hand through the star or something. I'll do something. Okay, so 33 is sled. We have our little boy on the sled. In the book with the tag. And then paint is number 34. Our little Christmas tree. So I hope you guys give that a try, because that is not a hard Christmas tree. Especially if you cheat like I do and have a stencil for the star. If you have a stamp, if you have a tree stamp, you could totally like just put a little green behind there, stamp it, and look like the star. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you have fun with the challenge, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.